So, at the start of the round, my team moves north and one of them moves south to attack the enemy from the other side. I reveal the enemy and dispel the speed buff with a life leak. The life leak gets dispelled and I slow down the officer. My team is still moving north and fighting the NPCs there, and my runner in the south has placed his portal. And now we're close to getting the battle on. I already check the situation and apply an armor buff on my team. And now we have to watch closely because especially the health is important. I have to apply a heal and dispel a life leak, and our team survives and I can start building the sublayer. However, the enemy still has a spawn portal there and almost the complete squad respawned already. So I have to speed one of my fighters to take on the spawn portal. He moves in and takes the portal out, but there are a lot of enemies in the north and my fighters are all low on health because they only survived the last fight and had no possibilities to heal, while the enemy fighters, which are moving in now, are all on full health as they respawned. So my conjurers go down, and without any conjurers to help building and repairing the sublayer goes down too. This is bad because it costs a lot of money, and the enemy is advancing further now. But my team is already respawned on the spawn portal too now, and one of the officers got stuck, and I have to recall him to get him out. Another fighter is stuck too, but I can only recall one at a time. I slow down the guy who's in the back, and I dispel a slow from my officer, and the fight is on. We are winning. Only one of them survived, and now he's fighting a last one of my fighters. He wins and he goes for the portal. I use this to move the sapling past him and get the sapling up to the north. Without their spawn portal in the north, however, they can't reach our sublayer so fast again, so we can now safely build the sublayer. One of my fighters is there as a conjurer, and the sapling is moving in already. The surviving attacker obviously decided to attack my stuck fighter and lost the fight, and I can't recall him now because we are splitting forces now to engage the enemies in the southwest, and the second squad was not fully there, one of them was north, so I had to recall this one fighter to get southwest. And everything's going well at the sublayer. We defend the attackers and the sublayer is up, so I can build the mine. We repair the sublayer to full health, and the cooldown on recall is ready. I just need mana now. It costs 60 mana, and there we go. And now I can recall my stuck fighter, and we are at full force again. What you can see is that my officer just destroyed an electric eye, and another player dropped a sentry bed at our sublayer. Those are extremely important gadgets, as they give you map sight and thus they give you map control. And we lost this round, I can say this now already, we lost this round due to not having enough bats around, and so the enemies could sneak up a backdoor and siege rush our main. Everything is built in the north now. I retreat the sapling behind the hill so it won't get attacked by enemies, and we are launching our first attack on the enemy main base. You can see there's an electric eye again. I'm marking it because it also reveals shapeshifters if they are shifted. But my team decides to go for the fighters and attack the main base. The garrison in the southwest is finished by now, and We are attacking it with a complete squad, took out the mine already, and there we have a lonely runner incoming to our north. I can't recall anybody because my fighters in the enemy base are already dead, so I put a life leak on him, which gets dispelled immediately, and my fighters respawn and engage the enemy. It's a pretty close fight, so what I'm doing now is taking the sapling and moving it in and ordering it to attack the enemy, and it catches the interest of the enemy, and I move it out again. He runs after the sapling, and this gives my fighter the opportunity to attack the back and win the fight. As you can see on the right side, we have enough money for first technology building, the Nexus and the Sanctuary, but on the minimap you notice that we have enemy fighters in our main base, so we can't build the technology in our main base, which is bad. As a beast, you have the possibility to build the technology in the north, because the beast buildings are rather slim, in difference from the human buildings, which are more square and don't fit in the slim passages. I decide to build Sanctuary first, to open up the possibility of a siege rush, but I can't build yet because we have a lonely runner incoming to north from our main base after he destroyed our base mine. So I speed my fighter and slow down the enemy in the hope that he will win, but he doesn't win, and the enemy fighter survives and comes in, and he uses a potion, so my sapling has no chance against him. He does a bit of damage, but eventually the sapling goes down. I life leak the enemy, and yeah, my fighters already respawned and the enemy is down. So now I can build the Sanctuary. I'm looking for a place far away from the sublayer for two reasons. First, I can spread out the towers more when the buildings are spread out, and second, an enemy siege unit has to travel farther when the buildings are spread out, so this gives my fighters time to catch up on the siege unit and maybe destroy it. Here we have a small one-on-one fight, and most of my team is pushing southwest now to get that garrison down, and because we already lost our base mine, but the enemies are quite strong, so I'm retreating the sapling and ordering it to help building the Sanctuary. The one-on-one in north ended good for my officer, and he takes down the electric eye. And we have another fighter in our main base. You can see the enemy commander applied a speed buff. This gives him two advantages. First, his stamina refills faster, and he does more damage per second to the building then. And second, it counters the slow debuff you get when you attack buildings. But I dispelled the speed buff and applied a slowdown instead, so he gets taken out really fast. One of my fighters is now in the enemy main base and attacking their base mine too. We can see they already have built a technology building, the monastery, and they have already a chaplain in the southwest healing their team, and this makes it extremely difficult for my warriors to survive there and beat the enemies, because the chaplain is always staying in the background and healing from the background, and you can't do much about this. You can see we have an electric eye in our main base, so their placement of electric eyes is really good. Now one of my fighters attacks garrison, and two of my fighters are in the enemy main base, and this is the end of part 1, and I will see you in part 2.